friends, welcome back. In today's video, we are going to talk about a very important concept in programming, and that is object-oriented programming, or OOP for short. A lot of people ask about it. What is OOP and how can we code in an object-oriented way, right? So the good thing about Python is that it's super easy if you want to use OOP in Python, but you don't have to use it. That's the beauty of it. Because like a lot of people like OOP and a lot of people just don't like it. It has obviously its own pros and cons, but we don't really want to get into that. But for example, if you want to code in a, I don't know, programming language such as C++ or Java, object-oriented programming is huge in those languages. Like you cannot not use OOP. But in Python, that's a different story. You can actually skip using OOP and just like don't use it if you don't like it. But it's important to know what is object-oriented programming and how we can use that in case we wanted to, right? So in today's video, I'm probably not gonna go and like code in Python, but I just want to go over the concept of it because like the concept is very important. Once you understand what's going on, then it's easy to actually start coding, right? Okay, let's get started. What is object-oriented programming? Object-oriented programming, you know how we previously, when we were coding, we would just like, when we were given a task, we would just divide it into smaller pieces, right? And then write functions for each piece. And life was easy. We were happy. Object-oriented programming actually focuses on one idea, and it says that things around us are objects, right? And those objects have a lot in common, right? Let's actually see an example here. So if I use my pen here, and I can say that, for example, okay, let's start with this example. If I say I have an object and I want to call that person. By the way, don't mind my handwriting. It's not the best. And so this is my object, right? I'm just going to call it object. So this object has different properties, has different features. For example, a person has a name. A person has an age. A person live somewhere, so they have an address, probably, if they're not homeless. And I don't know, like different features, right? So think about it. Like we defined an object, the person is an object, and the object has some properties such as object name, object age, object address. And in Python, we can actually say something like Sam is a person, right? And then probably something goes in these brackets. But as I said, I don't really want to talk about this. But this is how you define an object. Now, Sam is a person who has a name, and then you can assign an age and an address to him. You can also go Sarah, that's an H, is also a person, and let's not worry about what goes in the bracket. But Sarah is also a person, so Sarah also has a name, age, and an address, just like that. So this is object-oriented programming in a nutshell. You define an object, the object has some features. But it's more interesting than that, and it can be more useful. Let's say that I say I have student as an object, and the student has a GPA, right? And I don't know, you can say what grade he's studying at, and I don't know, some other features. And can also say teacher, for example. the teacher, the courses that the teacher teaches, the teacher's degree maybe, and other features. And then we can also go janitor. We can say like what's janitor's salary. We can say like if they're full time or like part time, for example. Um, so yeah, these are obviously objects too, right? Janitor is also an object with these properties. Teacher is an object with these properties. Student is also an object with these properties. But if you look closer, you'll see that student is also a person. Teacher is also a person. Janitor is also a person, right? So student can also have a name, age, and address. So you can actually assign each of these properties to each of these objects as well, right? This is the concept of subclasses. And when I say subclass, it's because Python, when you want to define an object, Python actually uses the term class. So object in Python is class. So subclass is a class that is inheriting some features from, I'm not too sure if the arrows are supposed to be this way or the other way around, but you understand what I'm saying, right? So these objects, student, teacher, janitor, these three objects are inheriting some features from this bigger class in here, which is the person class. And thus, these are called the subclasses of person. So this is the concept of objects in Python, right? Or in any other programming language, honestly. But we're talking about Python, so that's why I say Python. I know it can be a bit confusing, so what I want you to do is just to go over this video over and over again until you fully understand what's going on, because it is important. In the next video, when we actually start coding in Python and seeing some examples, it is very important for you to fully understand what's going on. Well, as always, thank you for watching us, and see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next video when we upload it. And thanks again. Take care and bye-bye.